have a hot sauce that Uncle Bolkow has never had before, but I've had before. Does that make any sense? Uncle Bolkow in the building. Marie Sharp's hot habanero sauce. It's sauce season, y'all. People are like, it's sauce season. Yeah, this is the time when you go outside and you just pick bottles of hot sauce off the tree. Still got pods. It's still got pods. I'm gonna have a pepper with my breakfast too, so don't fret. Don't be yucky with me. That yellow naga. Ooh. All right, so Marie Sharp's. Let's give it a solo sip. Oh no, they have an orifice reducer. Those aren't allowed in my household. Jeez, blasphemy. All right. Marie Sharp's hot habanero. It's good. Actually has some heat to it. I also have the extra hot and the mild habanero sauce. And then I have some other ones. That's interesting. So, Marie Sharp's versus Melinda's. Let's put this on a breakfast burrito and really give it a try. Oh, I just doused that. So here's the deal. If you guys ever heard me talk about Melinda's, I was eating Melinda's for years. I don't know what year is the first time I ever had it. I do know that back in 1997, I was eating Melinda's, and it was really, really good. Sometime over the years, I feel like the sauce kind of lost its essence a little bit. It's still pretty good. The white one, not the gold. I had the gold label last year. 2 bottles of it. I ended up throwing it in the garbage. It had no flavor at all. I don't know why. It just didn't taste like anything. So, I've spoke about Melinda's original not tasting the same. And my assumption was because a lot of habanero peppers have gotten watered down over the years, or they're not locally farming them and using them fresh. When companies get real big, and a lot of companies have their own farms, no doubt, but when they get so big that it's not worth it for them, and they outsource and have farms in Mexico and stuff. By the time they get the peppers no longer have this essence to them. And a prime example of that is if I were to go to the grocery store right down the street right now and buy habaneros. They don't taste like a habanero. They have really hardly any flavor. They have a little bit of heat, but... So, my assumption was, just like with other companies that I'm not going to name right now, when they were small or smaller, or in the beginning, their sauces were slamming. As they got bigger, or at some point to cut costs, they got cheaper ingredients, and it changed the flavor of the sauce. I was telling this to somebody, and they said, no, you probably had Marie Sharp's. when it was Melinda's. And I was like, what? So I did some digging and found out that Marie Sharp, this lady, she has a farm in Belize. Grows her own peppers. I've even heard that she has her own strains of her heirloom habanero that she uses, that she wants to use. She doesn't want to use other habaneros and cheaper ingredients. And so she was distributing her sauce, Melinda's, which was named after the region and the farm, because her name is Marie, of course. And so she, the people in America that were distribution guys, it's two brothers, I believe, they decided that she didn't have her trademark stuff in order, and they could get away with completely ripping her off. So what they did was they created their own company called Melinda's. And Marie Sharp, I think I don't remember the exact story, but somehow, so she parted ways and she started, calling her own sauce Marie Sharp's. Now, was I eating Marie Sharp sauce? I don't know. Back then, it's possible. I don't remember, or maybe I don't fully know which year everything kind of switched over. But I know this. I think Melinda's is still decent, but it's not the same. Not the same as I can say 97, 98 when I had a gallon of the stuff. No, I was buying it from the store. But this does not taste, doesn't taste exactly like the Melinda's I had in the 90s as far as I know. Then again, this is hot. It says here hot. So it's possible maybe, that mine was the original compared to that. I don't know. I've got this is habanero also. This is mild. This one might taste more like it. And then I've got the extra hot. So I got some other ones too. So I was real interested. Comment below if you know anything about the Marie Sharp's versus Melinda's. This is pretty good. It's definitely different than Melinda's. And man, I'm just glad that I ran across this story, and I'm revealing it to you guys that I'm trying to find out what was the deal back then. And I think that it was cheaper ingredients or imported habaneros. See, what happens is this happened with a company from New York that I absolutely love, but what happens is these companies get growing contracts with local farmers, right? And they say, okay, we're going to pay you $3 a pound for habaneros in bulk. They sign this contract. These local farms grow them. They're excellent habaneros. They got good heat. They got good flavor, good aroma. But then they get distribution, grocery stores pick it up and everything like that. Well, guess what? They can't pump out enough sauce from those, with those local farmers. Plus, they have to give the grocery stores, sometimes grocery stores want to make a certain profit and tell you what they'll charge. They're kind of in control. And so they're like, oh man, we're going to have to cut costs somewhere. We're going to have to figure this out. And what happens is they find farms in Mexico. Um, and unfortunately, when you're taking peppers, see, if I take peppers local and I make a hot sauce, that hot sauce, even though it's bottled, it's cooked, it's bottled, and it can sit there for a year, it still has an essence of those peppers. Man, I'm killing this. That's a half a bottle gone already. Still has an essence. And I know I've done this test with habaneros, done fermented, done cooked sauces, and all that. And I can give you two sauces, one with local grown organic habaneros and one with store-bought Mexican habaneros. You are going to know the difference in a second. Like that. Bam. So what happens is these big companies, you know, they run into a position and they feel that they have to outsource to Mexico. They have to keep bringing in fresh peppers because they just have to keep up with production. They get the peppers. By the time they get them, the stems are scrawny and black on them. The peppers have lost a lot of their aroma. And guys, if any of you know, the habaneros come in from Mexico and they're all real big and thin-walled. They're just not like a real, true habanero. My wife, Mrs. Bullcow, she said she hated habaneros her whole life until last year. I gave her one. I said, eat that. She said, no. I said, eat it. It was grown by a friend of mine organically, locally, fresh off the plant. She bit into it and she was like, oh my God. She loved it. And I'll tell you right now, 99 out of 100 habaneros that I have tasted in the past year they didn't taste like the habaneros that I grew up on, that I love, that really make a sauce good. So today I just was experimenting. Was that sauce that I was eating back then this, or was it Melinda's? I think it was Melinda's. Unless Marie Sharp, maybe she changed her recipe. Maybe this is more original. I don't know. But comment below if you've had Marie Sharp's, and comment below if you know about this story, because I found this story out and was definitely intrigued by it. And the main reason, I mean, for one, it's nice to find stuff out like this. It's nice to know, but also is because I kept wondering why. Melinda's was not the same. And I think I've pretty much figured that out. They were, of course they were smaller back then. They maybe they just had all these good local farms. Who knows? The sauce just tasted better. So yeah, it's all about the essence. You know what I'm saying? Uncle Bulk out here. I got the rest of them sauces. It's sauce season, y'all. I got tons of sauces to review. So y'all ain't gonna see no days missed with content here on your boy, Uncle Bull Cow.